Welcome back to AFTV. I'm here with Kwarme. Really good win. Now, there was a bit of debate, debate about whether that first sort of, when we got the equaliser, what is dominating in a game. But whatever we all thought, that became pretty dominant from Arsenal by the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I love to be proven wrong, and I guess I was proven wrong by the team, and that's something that...
Well, you weren't to know how the rest of the hour was going to go.
Yeah. I didn't know, but I just think for that spell that I think Jesse was mentioned earlier, that little 10, 15-minute spell where Brentford kind of stepped it up a little bit.
They did, yeah.
A few misplaced passes, we was off the pace, we wasn't pressing well, we wasn't keeping the ball well. And then all of a sudden, I think out of that second half, I think that's when we saw a title-winning, challenging team in Arsenal. So that's what I was happy with. How do you respond? If you go 1-0 down, how can you respond as a team? And they showed that to me, so I was happy.
Well, is that not maybe like... I love the records that show, this many clean sheets and no one scored since blah, blah, blah. And that's all great. But do you learn more about the team by going 1-0 down at Brentford with Bukayo Saka missing, a 17-year-old making his first start in the Premier League and winning that game 3-1, than if we'd got the early goal and won it 5-0? I mean, it sounds silly. Like, obviously, we'd all love the 5-0.
Yeah.
But maybe we've learned more about Arsenal. Maybe they've shown us their credentials in a very different way today.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're always looking to see who's going to step up. And Arteta asked that when Saka, we've been asking, if Saka's out, who's going to step up? And we saw that today. We saw Ethan Nwaneri do what he needed to do. Yeah. He took his chance. He cemented himself in the first team now. There's no questions asked now. He done so well. For someone from the academy coming up, stepping up, playing in a Premier League game like that, it's fantastic. Yeah. But I'm not surprised because his mentor is Bukayo Saka, so he's done well. But yeah, I think it's one of those things, it's like a lovely storyline. You go 1-0 down, come back, fighting chance. Yes, it sounds good on paper, but for us, or for me personally, I want a dominating start to the end, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Let's big up Haaland. We mentioned Nwaneri there. Yes. Lewis Skelly coming out at the end. He looks totally assured in that position. I think Calafiori did fine today, but he's not looked as good as Lewis Skelly did in the previous games at left back. Yeah. Well done, Haaland, man. I mean, what are they worth even today? I'm not even joking.
No, flying the flag. They're doing well. I mean, Miles, I questioned why he wasn't started. I think Arteta went for a little bit of experience. But Calafiori, he wasn't sharp enough, in my opinion. So, and it showed with that goal that we conceded. It's a bit unfortunate. I'm not going to go too hard on him because...
It's also a good goal.
It is a good goal. It was a good finish by Mboma, but I want more from Calafiori. But like I said, it was just more or less the response. After that, Calafiori, he done quite well. He made the right passes. A few winning duels in the air, so he done well. But Haaland, they're doing really well for me. So I'm really happy with that.
Let's look ahead to Brighton now. Because I think there's one big shame. I think Partey had one of his best games this season. He's been very good this season, very consistent, stayed fit. But it looks like he might have to move to right back in the absence of Jurriën Timber, because that's just essentially where we are with the injuries, suspension for Timber because of that yellow card. That might be what he has to do. I've even floated the idea, talking to Manny, I think. I said, anyway, whoever I was talking to, Rice at right back, maybe, just so that at least you're keeping Partey in midfield. What would you do?
I'd probably just go with what's been working. I mean, Partey's had a phenomenal season for us. He done really well in the midfield. I was so happy with him, but I think it's one of those seasons where Arteta, we do have to praise Arteta because he always seems to manage, he's like an Inspector Gadget, isn't it? He always has like these different inventions that he creates, to kind of correct or to bring a solution to the problem. And he done well with that, or he'll do well in terms of with Brighton. So I probably feel like Partey will probably fit in there. Not that I want to, because Partey's been out now. He's probably been our best player this season. He's just been phenomenal. Even with the leading into that goal for Gabriel Jesus, having a shot outside a goal, we've been screaming for our midfielders to do it. He delivered many interceptions. Yeah. He more or less G-checked at the G-Tech Stadium. He G-checked Brentford. He done very well. So yeah, for me, I'm good with that.
Fair enough. So you'd go Partey right back with Rice and Marino in midfield. Yeah. Would you stick with the front three when Nwaneri's got that shirt now?
When Nwaneri's got the start, that's fine. Gabriel Jesus up middle, that's fine. Martinelli, I'm sorry, Martinelli. He's like a little kid, isn't he? We're watching him grow. We're protecting him. We don't want too much negativity around him, but he proved himself well. No, it was a well-taken goal, and he needed it. But I think there's an iconic picture where someone gives him the Arsenal scarf.
Yeah, he's got the scarf.
It's going around, because he deserved it. He's done well, and that goes for the persistence of Arteta as well. So, credit to Martinelli and the team.
Agreed. Kwarme, big thanks, man.